What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know we're already a month in, but I just want to say one thing. It's 2020, people. And I say that because it's not only a new year, but a new decade. And I feel like this is our chance and opportunity to start fresh and hit the reset button on our lives. Okay, that, sounds a little dramatic, but in this video, I'm gonna go over 5 daily habits. Daily habits that are so easy to follow. In fact, you can start them today and stick to them so you could be a better and more productive you. Now, before we actually go into these 5 daily habits, we have to first go over the magic of performing these small tweaks every single day. Now, the changes I'm gonna go over in this video may seem small and unimportant at first, but they will only compound into remarkable results if you guys are willing to stick with them for years. And like the author James Clear states in his book, Atomic Habits, which you can find right here, he says that the quality of our lives often depend on the quality of our habits. And with the same habits you have now, you'll end up with the same results. But with better habits, anything is possible. If that's the case, then I advise we start right now. So I'm gonna go over 5 easy to follow daily habits for the year 2020. And guys, these are habits that I personally picked and follow myself, and I can honestly say have made a significant change in my everyday life. And if you guys are still with me so far, then hit the like button and let's get started. All right, people, the first habit is reading. Now, there's obviously so many benefits as to why you should be reading, but I'm gonna go over a couple just to convince you and then give you a personal opinion and explanation as to why I read. Now, the first benefit as to why you should be reading is mental stimulation. Now, studies actually show that staying mentally stimulated could actually slow the progress of Alzheimer's and dementia, since keeping your brain active and engaged prevents it from losing power. And we have to understand that our brain is just like any other muscle, so it requires exercise daily to keep it strong and healthy. So keep that in mind. Now, this benefit might not be for everybody, but it definitely resonates with me, and it's actually one of the main reasons as to why I got into reading, and that is stress reduction. Now, any stress that I may have at work or even in my personal life can all slip away when I lose myself in a really good book. And that well-written novel can sometimes transport you into another realm, distracting you from the outside world and keep you in the present moment. Now, the next benefit is gaining knowledge. Everything you read, people, fills your head up with new bits of information. I use this as an example, so consider this. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you might lose everything, your job, your possessions, your money, even your health, the one thing nobody could ever take away from you is your knowledge. Now, the last benefit is memory improvement. Now, I use this because really think about it. When you're indulged in a really good book and you're invested, you have to remember the characters, their stories and plots, their background, the setting, their ambitions, all of these intricate details. And if you're really invested in that story, then your brain will only remember with ease. Now, my personal advice as to reading is read daily, but start small. You don't have to read an entire book a day, but at least start with a page. And then if you're really interested in the book, then move on to a chapter a day or 2 chapters a day or whatever it may be. And obviously we all know this, but never read a book that you're simply not interested in or just don't find any interest in. And I've also come to realize that if you're truly resonating and you love this book, not only will you read it a lot faster and get through it faster, but you'll also retain way more information. All right, next, let's move on to setting monthly goals. And this habit also includes journaling. Now, setting goals gives you long-term vision and short-term motivation. When you set a clear and defined goal, you'll take pride in the achievement of said goal, and you'll start seeing progress in what before might have seemed like a long and pointless grind. Now, the big thing about setting goals and achieving them is that it raises self-confidence, because you'll start to realize your own ability in achieving the goals that you've personally set for yourself. Now, for me personally, setting and achieving goals gives me this personal high that's better than any drug out there. And the reason for that is because every month I write down 4 to 5 things that I know that I want to complete by the end of the month. And when I get to that end of the month, it only makes me feel good knowing that I've individually crossed out each one, completing them. It makes me prove to myself that I could achieve anything that I put my mind to. Now, setting monthly goals gives you 2 things. For one, it gives you focus. And focus is important because just like how sunlight can't burn through anything without a magnifying glass focusing it, you can't achieve anything unless a goal is focusing your efforts. Also, one of the main reasons as to why I'm setting these monthly goals is that it keeps you locked and undistracted. When you have a certain endpoint in mind, you automatically stay away from any procrastination or even certain distraction. Now, setting goals and writing them down is one thing, but you have to set a deadline, because a deadline is you telling yourself that you have to finish this no later than the date that you put. And I would honestly advise to journal as well. That ties into setting monthly goals of just trying to write down stuff every morning, how you're feeling, your emotions, what you're going through, your achievements, the tasks you want to complete by the end of the day, your ambitions, all of these different things. Just writing it down not only kind of sticks it into your brain because you're writing it physically, but also motivates you daily and keeps you on track. Now, the next one is exercise, and we kind of already saw this coming, right? And obviously, besides the typical importance of staying fit, exercising could actually combat health conditions and diseases, and the list is kind of fairly long, for me to remember at least, so I'm just gonna put them up right here. Now, physical activity could actually stimulate brain chemicals, leaving you feeling happier, more relaxed, and less anxious. Plus, you'll feel a lot better about your appearance and yourself after a good workout, which only boosts your self-confidence and self-esteem. Now, the brain releases endorphins, which create feelings of happiness and euphoria. And believe it or not, but some doctors actually recommend working out for people that suffer depression and anxiety. In some cases, even going as far as to say that a good workout could be equivalent to taking antidepressant pills. Now, that alone I truly think is important, because aside from just working on your physical health, that alone could probably be a result as to improving your mental health. Also, working out regulates sleep patterns, and our brain needs that rest from time to time so we can maximize our productivity and keep ourselves feeling sharp every morning, or every day actually. So my advice for working out is to just get out there, just go outside and keep yourself active, move, keep your body moving at all times. And of course, exercising doesn't have to mean working out, but I do mean just moving your body outside. This could include walking, jogging, dancing, hiking, biking, all of the above, and just moving your body outside and constantly keeping yourself active. Now, the next one is meditation, and this one also, researchers say, has a long list of benefits of why you should be meditating, but I'm not going to remember every single one, so I'm just going to point them out right here. Now, of course, I could get into all of the minor details that I've just listed right here of why you should be meditating, but I could just say personally for me, I just meditate twice a day, 15 minutes in the morning to start my day and 15 minutes around nighttime to end my day. And I've realized, despite the amount of stress or burden on my shoulders or anxiousness or just chaos going on in my head, I know that I could just go and meditate for 15 minutes, and that's my 15 minutes of being able to escape the world. Now, I sometimes throw on maybe white noise, or like, as corny as it may sound, maybe like some river, rain, or like some jungle noises, so that I could like kind of transport myself into that area for the 15 minutes that I'm meditating. So that's what I mean when I say that I'm escaping the world and reality. It's like, for that 15 minutes, my mind is clear. I'm not thinking about anything else. The only thing I'm focusing on is my breathing. And it is kind of a way of hitting the reset button on my mind and just kind of how I perceive the day to come. Now, oddly enough, meditating did actually improve my empathy, because in moments where I would lash out or get really emotional, I've noticed that the meditation sessions I've had for 30 minutes every single day help me in controlling my emotions, and that has made me a lot more emotionally intelligent. But the main reason as to why I do meditate is to escape reality, and it's also helped with my empathy as well. Now, meditating at first can seem really hard. It's probably going to take you a long time to get into it, because technically trying to think of nothing is thinking of something, but I would just say to focus on your breathing. That helps a lot. And it's okay to have wandering thoughts, because we are human at the end of the day, but when you are meditating, you get pretty experienced, and if you do find yourself having wandering thoughts, then just be a little self-aware and bring yourself back to just focusing on your breathing. Now, I've come to realize that meditating doesn't have to be you cooped up in your room in the dark or anything like that. It could be you on public transit going to work, or sitting outside in front of your house, or whatever it may be. Take those 15 minutes to just breathe and let go of all the stresses of the day. It's kind of like I mentioned earlier, it really is like kind of hitting a reset button on your mind for that day. All right, people, next one is simple. This habit is working on a side project or a hobby. Now, by now, you guys might know that this one is very personal to me, because I'm working on something that I truly love, which is YouTube and podcasting. I'm making a promise to myself that no matter what, every single day I'm working on something that relates back to my side hustle. Whether it's posting content to social media, trying to figure out ways to grow organically, trying to edit my videos better, improving my speaking skills, or even buying equipment for my YouTube stuff, I'm always working on my hobby one way or another every day. Now, I chose this habit because it really does benefit you in a few ways, so hear me out. For one, working on your hobby actually provides an opportunity to learn new skills. For me, that was editing. I mean, as more videos keep coming out, I'm always trying to find and learn unique ways on how I can make my videos pop more, or try to create more interesting thumbnails or more interesting content overall. Also, working on a hobby could actually boost your mental health because it provides an escape from your day job. For me, working on YouTube and podcasting is my way of escaping the stresses of working my 9 to 5. Because I know that if I have a long and dreadful day at my job, then I could just come home and put my mind to YouTube or let it out through a podcast. That only makes me more inspired and changes my overall mood towards the day. Now, another thing for me is that it actually boosted my work performance by increasing my creativity and my work productivity. Now, time management and Akil do not go together, but after picking a side hustle that I truly love, I found ways to work on my day job, work on YouTube, focus on my social life, and sleep at the same time. And I really do think that working on your hobby makes you value the 24 hours we're given in a day, making you realize that every single second counts if you want to juggle multiple things. Now, I didn't just list working on a hobby as a means to make more money, although that is a good example and a good reason, but I mainly picked it because it's a way for you to finally find something that you truly love outside of your day job. And I truly believe that this alone can result in a happier mood, a more fulfilled life, and just staying more productive throughout the day. Look, I'm an advocate for believing and telling others that you should always do what you love and love what you do. And why should we put 8 precious hours of our day into something that only makes us more miserable? I mean, why not treat ourselves and focus on our mental health more by finding things that we love and focusing on that? Making money is one thing, guys, but you could make $1 million and still hate your life. And on the other spectrum, you can make $50,000 a year working on your passion and loving life and being the happiest person on the planet. So let's consider that in perspective. So I suggest that you guys go out, try out different projects and experiment with new things to be in search of what makes you happy. Because once you find that one hobby that you love and you chase it every day, no matter what obstacle falls in your path, you're never going to see it as a negative thing that's holding you back from achieving your goals. In fact, you'd see that same obstacle as a way to improve yourself, work harder, and prove to yourself that despite any bad weather, nothing is going to come in the way of you pursuing your passion. It only forces you to build thick skin because you know that you want this more than anything and nothing is going to stop you. And that's determination, by the way, and not everybody can learn it because the way to build determination is to go after something that you love. And you guys might find this helpful, but researchers say that it takes a minimum of 21 days to get rid of an old habit and form a new one. And those same researchers on average say it takes more than 2 months for that same new habit to start to become automatic. 66 days to be exact. And my lovely viewers, if that's the case, then I advise you guys start right now. So take these 5 daily habits that I just went over and really stick to them. And I know that they're small changes at first, but I'm telling you that they're only going to compound into remarkable results that you're going to notice that are only improving your life and making you a better person. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you've gotten to this point, make sure that you're hitting the like button. Make sure that you're sharing this with a friend to get them and their life on track for the year 2020, by the way, the new decade. And as always, make sure that you're subscribing for new videos every week. My name is Akil Nova, and peace.